Hi there, everybody. Well, as the calendar turns from November to December, obviously friends and families coming together to celebrate the holiday season. But of course, we have a lot of older folks and senior citizens that obviously are looking for people to celebrate the holiday season with as well. And that is why we have two guests with us today representing Josies Village. We have Leslie Barboza and Jodi Smith. Ladies, thank you very much for coming in here and letting everybody know a little bit about the great work that Josies Village does. So, as we talked before the interview, a lot of people are coming to Bridgewater. They like to hear about some of these local causes. What is Josies Village? Because the name Josies Village holds very close to you, obviously.
Yes, it does. Well, thank you so much for having us today. My name is Leslie Barboza, and I am the founder, president, and CEO of Josies Village. And I guess the best way to start is Josie was my mom, and I took care of her for 11 years, full-time, in my home. She had 3 forms of dementia: Alzheimer's, vascular dementia, Lewy body dementia, as well as COPD with hypoxia. She was a joy to be around, even with dementia. She was a lot of fun, and during the last 3.5 years of her life, she was completely bedridden and under hospice care, still in my home. During that time, I would have friends come to visit, and they would say they were coming to see me, but really they were coming to see my mom. And every time a friend would leave, it didn't matter how late she was in her diseases, she would look at me and say, "Friends are the flowers in the garden of life." And I would think, oh, that's so sweet. You know, what a kind thing to say. And it was really just for me. And then on February 11th, 2020, my mom passed away, 3 weeks before the world shut down. So now I'm in deep grief, and of course I can't go out, you know. So I was volunteering at our local Bridgewater Senior Center, you know, delivering groceries, medications, masks when COVID tests became available. I was also delivering those. And during that time, I could see the loneliness and desperation and just isolation that was occurring to our seniors. And I thought to myself, there must be something else I can do. So in November 2020, I reached out to our local Bridgewater Senior Center again and spoke with Emily Williams, who is the former director, and Kathy Hayes, the outreach coordinator, and asked them if they had any programs where they matched lonely and isolated seniors with vetted volunteers to build friendships. They said no, and I said, well, can I start a program there? And on February 11th, 2021, the 1-year anniversary of my mom's passing, Josies Village was launched.
Wow. And I remember back in 2020, when the pandemic was at the height, there was pen pal programs that were coming out that matched younger folks with some of the senior citizens in town. So that great outreach. It sounds like it was a way to kind of pay it forward within your mother's memory, to go out there and again help senior citizens who may be going through the similar battles that your mother went through leading into 2020.
Yes, of course.
And Jodi, can you just tell us about how you got involved helping Leslie out with this operation?
So during COVID, I saw on Facebook Leslie had posted, and I reached out that I wanted to be a volunteer. I wanted to be partnered up with a senior citizen in town. So you go through a vetting process, and they interview you and find a great match. So they matched me up with a senior in town, and I went and started visiting and bringing her to appointments and having tea on Fridays. And I also took care of my grandmother, and I had met Leslie many years ago at caregiver support group at the senior center. So we had been connected back then, and then we found each other's lives again.
And for anybody that may be interested in, you know, a similar path to what Josies Village does, What are some of the positives that people can take when they get matched up with a senior citizen? Because I'd imagine you truly grow a friendship with that person you're matched up with. I've seen people in the past, yes, they may just take them to the grocery store or the pharmacy, but these are also ways to kind of find out about the experiences they've had in their lives and kind of, have those stories and history passed on.
Yes, definitely. My senior citizen had a favorite song, so now every time it comes on the radio, she had passed away a few years ago, but now every time it comes on the radio, I think about her. We really enjoyed our Friday afternoon teas together. Like, it was great. I'd take her to her favorite restaurant, and then when she couldn't get out anymore, I'd bring her favorite restaurant meal to her. So yeah, we looked forward to seeing each other, and her family would reach out to me if I needed to get her help like sooner than they could get there.
And Leslie, I mentioned the holiday season is coming up. I saw on Facebook there was a lengthy post that talked about Josie's Village, a great work that you ladies do, but also asking for the public's help in bringing some donations to try and help liven up a senior citizen's holiday season. So as far as gift donations, we'll get into the days and times that people can drop stuff off, but what types of items is Josie's Village looking for?
Yeah, so this year, Jodi had developed a Santa survey a couple of years ago, which helped us to kind of streamline everything and make things even more personal, because we end up with thousands of gifts, because it is our goal every year for our seniors to feel like a kid on Christmas morning, truly, and have all their gifts to unwrap, and so it's really joyful for them. So we ask them specifically what they would enjoy. So it can be anything from, new bedding for their bed, to scarves and gloves and, personal items, meaning like lotions and, those gripper socks. So it can really be anything. And of course, grocery store gift cards are a huge one this year, especially Market Basket.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And so if you're watching this, we have the graphic up right now, but I believe the drop-offs are Wednesday, December 3rd, 4 to 6:30, Saturday, December 6th, 12 to 4, Monday, December 8th, 4 to 6:30, and then Wednesday, December 10th, all day 10 to 6. That's the last day for Josie's Village Gifts. What's the best way to reach out to you to try and organize a drop-off?
Right, so the best way to reach out to me is either by text or phone, 508-415-5200, or josiesvillage@gmail.com. And you can also reach me on Facebook. Josie's Village Incorporated has their own Facebook page.
So I believe earlier this year you were named the Bridgewater Citizen of the Year by the Rotary Club. And there's actually a partnership between Josie's Village and the Rotary Club as well. Can you talk about how that came together?
Yes, so I still can't believe I won Citizen of the Year, especially for my work with Josie's Village, because of course, like you said, it is in memory of my mom. So it is very heartwarming and a complete surprise. It was also one of my volunteers who nominated me, which was, of course, just incredible that way. So this year, the Rotary Club of the Bridgewaters, they want to give back to the Life Care Center Nursing Home in West Bridgewater. And we have, because we are also in West Bridgewater Council on Aging as well as the Life Care Center, so even though we only have a few people matched right now at Life Care, we decide to give everyone at Life Care gifts. So the Rotary Club is going to partner with us. So on the day that we bring gifts to 150 residents at Life Care Center, which is an incredible day.
Very humbling last year.
Dedication
I cried
right there.
the entire time.
Yes, yes. They want to be part of it. So they are helping us out with that.
Yeah, I think I saw 150 lap blankets last year delivered, right?
Last year, let's see, well, we did have 137
Okay.
gifts, but you know, it was a little bit different last year. This year we have some specific asks, like the 150 lap blankets, you know, to keep you know, our citizens warm.
And I have to ask, with such a big effort like this, when does the planning start for what you called on Facebook the holiday extravaganza? Because I'd imagine the Barboza household is just full of gift wrap and baskets and
Yes.
gifts everywhere. So when does that planning start?
Well, I mean, Jodi and I, because Jodi is now, besides being, you know, a volunteer, she's actually a volunteer leader now, and she's the activities director. So Jodi and I are talking about all year round, really.
Yes.
But
The Santa surveys go out usually early in the fall so that our seniors and their partner that they're partnered up with can fill out their Santa surveys. And then we like to have them back, and then our planning committee meets, and then we get the ball rolling. This year we're a little behind because Thanksgiving is so late.
Yeah, the Christmas shopping just gets really compressed. But once again, we do have pamphlets here in the studio. I know we have the green sale for the Garden Club coming up in a couple weeks. We do have some extra brochures available and cards that we'll leave out in our lobby here at the studio, 80 Spring Street, for that green sale that comes up the first Saturday of December. So if you don't match for the holiday season, maybe Josie's Village can try and match you up as the year goes on in 2026. But Leslie and Jodi, thank you so much for coming in, sharing the great work that Josie's Village does, and hopefully educating the public, and maybe we can get you some volunteers as 2026 gets underway.
that would
Thank
be
you.
great.
Thank you for having us.
Thank
That's
you
great.
so much for having us.
Thank you.
Happy holidays, everyone.
Happy holidays, and thank you for watching.